Hi everyone! Welcome to our Earth Day, Earth Week story time and craft series. Today, Courtney's going to be teaching you how to make some really cool nature paintbrushes. And those paintbrushes use a lot of things that come from trees. And so I wanted to read to you a story today about some of the new growth that you might be seeing in trees around you. And it's a story that is very beautifully written and illustrated, written by Carol Gerber, illustrated by Leslie Evans, and it's called Spring Blossoms. And it's about some of the blooms you might see around you this time of year. So I hope that after you read this story, you get a chance to go outside and find some of these beautiful blossoms around you in nature. Okay, here it goes, Spring Blossoms. Spring is bursting all over. The sun is up. It's warm. Let's go. What kind of tree do you think this is? We'll find out. Trees so bare and plain in winter are dressed up for their yearly show. Oh, I could just hear some sandhill cranes in the background while I was reading this story. I wonder if you heard them too. Look at all their buds and blossoms. Some are pale, some really bright. Proudly wearing nature's colors, spring blossoms sparkle in the light. Our family's favorite tree to look for in the spring is the eastern redbud. It has a beautiful, like fuchsia pink flower, and the bud comes out before the leaves on the branches, and it looks like a purple mist in the woods. It's so beautiful. And every time we drive by one, we shout, "Redbud!" Maybe that's something your family would like to start doing. White dogwood wears a frosty crown. Its limbs spread wider than its height. And look, you can see on the dogwood flowers, they've got 4 petals that are across from each other. And they have this little indentation on the tip of the petal. And a lot of times that little indentation is pink or reddish colored. Crabapple, too, is short and wide, its fragrant flowers small and white. You might have a tree like this growing in your yard. A lot of ornamental flowering trees are crabapples. Very pretty. They smell really good. Magnolia buds are opening, revealing blooms that glow like gems. Even that dog is interested in this flower, isn't he? Cherry flowers grow in bundles, like small bouquets on long, stout stems. I like how this book is teaching us how to identify these flowers as well. The white oak bears 2 kinds of blooms. Male flowers droop. They're greenish gold, right here. The female blooms are small and red. Both open as new leaves unfold. So some trees are male on one tree, female on another tree. Isn't that interesting? On the beach, male flowers cluster. They're round and wear green fuzzy suits. Down here. Female flowers, small and spiky, grow near the leaves along near shoots. Did you know that even trees that don't have big showy flowers are flowering in the spring? Isn't that cool? Red maple tree reflects its name. Both buds and flowers wear red clothes. I've been seeing a lot of red maple buds lately. The redbud tree does not look red. Its flowers are a pinkish rose or purple. I think they look a little bit purple, but everybody sees color a little differently. White pine's male flowers, small and yellow, grow in clusters near branch tips. That's where the pollen comes from. Female flowers bloom weeks later. They're tinged with red, like slender lips. They're very difficult to see. Male blossoms grow on balsam fir beneath its twigs, as we can see. Ooh, get a little breeze. Their pollen blows to female buds that grow new cones high on the tree. Balsam fir is a really cool tree that we find in the north, and you can see its cones grow straight up off of its branches. That's really unique and interesting. It's one of the ways you can tell what kind of tree it is. Suddenly, the trees bend toward us. A warm spring rain begins to fall. Wind sets loose a storm of blossoms. We race around to catch them all. And here are all the different blossoms we saw in the book. Dogwood, crabapple, magnolia, cherry, white oak, American beech, balsam fir, white pine, red maple, red bud. These are all blossoms that you are very likely to see around your home. Then there's a lot of information about blossoms at the end. So that is the beautiful book, Spring Blossoms. Now, when Courtney tells you where to go out and collect your pieces from trees and plants to make nature paintbrushes, maybe you will notice some of these trees and some of these flowers in bloom. And if you do, I would love to hear about it. Let us know, share your pictures with us of the nature creations that you painted. Happy Earth Day, happy Earth Week.
Hello again, so I hope you enjoyed your story. Today we are going to learn how to make nature treasure bracelets. They're really simple to make. All you need is tape and scissors, and then whatever treasures you find in your yard or on a nature hike. So it's easier if you have someone help you do this part, but you are going to cut a piece of tape that is big enough to wrap around your wrist, but not too tight. So I'm going to take my tape, wrap it around my wrist, and then there I go. There's my bracelet so far. So I've walked around my yard earlier today and found some fun things that I think are little treasures that I would like to save on a bracelet. So you can either do this as you're walking around, or you can cut pieces off or pick them up and then put them on later. I have some pieces of hydrangea, some pine needles, acorns that I'm gonna stick on my bracelet. And it's really simple and they're all unique. Each bracelet is different than the other. So I'm gonna stick my little pieces on here. Maybe put some moss over here. You can just kind of keep working on your bracelet until you get it to where you would like, and then there you are, you're all set. This one I made just with hydrangeas, but you can do whatever you would like. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this class, and I will see you again tomorrow for our last one.